Hello, good evening everyone. My name is Santosh Shetty. I'm from Karnataka, Udupi district. I've taken 1 month ELEP training in Diet Udupi and no words to tell about that training. It was wonderful. I would like to thank those who have selected me for that training. Manjula ma'am was the coordinator of that training, and along with that we are using to call as Pancha Pandavas. Ashok Tekate was a wonderful and experienced person. Ratnakar sir, Prakash Shetty, Savita Devi and Lokesh. That group was very nice. Especially they were the model for us. Their coordinations and everything. They created one English weather in that diet Udupi. If we are using as mother tongues means, they are not scolding us, but they are making us to realize our mistakes. In the premises, we have to use English only. Before attending that training, I was thinking like I'm the superior. What I am doing, that is the best. After attending that training, I have come to know about that, how much mistakes I was doing in the classrooms, while in the pronunciation, while in the handling the students. So many times I blamed my students only, because I have done my master degree and everything. I am teaching very well, but you are not following me. But after attending that training, I have come to know about that, how much mistakes I am doing at there. First day onwards, I was the active person in that training, because when I entered that classroom, I thought like I'm zero. I am going to attend that training to learn 0 to that's A to Z. That only I thought, because so wonderful experience, because they gave a lot of opportunity to us. While taking the class, they are using only 50 minutes in 1 hour, then 45 minutes activities only, because in that we can expose ourselves in that classroom. At the end of that, the 30th day training, everyone was able to speak in English. Then we had one guilty conflict in our mind, we can't speak in English, but that the problems we solved in that training. So many activities we learned. What activities I have implemented in my schools, I'm going to tell about that. First of all, after attending that training, while I'm calling the attendance of all children, I was not calling the children's name. I was telling them to, while I'm calling your name, you don't say yes sir, you have to say one English word. While I'm calling like says Karthik, he has to say no yes sir, he has to say one English word. What is a difficult word? That I started. They started to love that method. Every day they came by new words.
Like for example?
Like sir, yes when I was calling sir, roll number 1 was telling about that was acumen. Another one person is telling about that monitor. Like that, the new English words, which is difficult to them in the lessons only. In the lessons, sometimes also they are using like some other words also. That was also. Along with that, I started some vocabulary trees, sir. Right? I have taken some that's old branches of the tree, and I did like it's a tree like. Daily they have to stick one word. That what we are calling as not glossary word. What is the difficult word? For that vocabulary also I did like trees also. Then for the tenses also, which is the present tense, past tense and past participle, I used to use that methods in the classroom. In that, while the need is there means the students is able to learn about that, because they have the interest. Because daily they have to go home and they have to collect information by referring other books. By using that, they come to know about that. So many words they started to use in the classroom. Especially along with that, my HM gave a lot of cooperation to me. He is like my father. Then all the staff members also. And Wednesday and Thursday in our Hermunde school, we started, that is the English day. Full school, all the children along with the staff members, that day we were speaking in full English only, not Kannada. In our staff room and outside the ground and everywhere we are using English only. That was also a great day. That we are calling as the Wednesday and the Thursday in our school. We are calling it as the English day. It also gave a lot of good results to me, because the students improved a lot. Along with that, I used to tell about that the activities, because while they are getting some newspapers or the other things means, I told them to change that everything to past tense or the future tense. By that they easily came to know about that, which is the present tense, which is the past tense, and which is the future tense. That is also a great activity. So many times I told them to use some marriage invitations card, and I told them to write what is the importance of that marriage invitations card. Then try to write about that. Where is my marriage is going to take, like that. They also liked that. The students also liked that things very much, because it also gave good results to me. Because nowadays what's like, because I have observed, I have went to Ashok sir's Hiskoturu school also, because I wanted to learn how he constructed his classrooms. It's a magic world of English. He created one classroom there. It is also wonderful, because my HM also gave a lot of cooperation me to create one English environment in my school, because I'm using lot of charts. By using the audio visual aids, I'm teaching children.
So before the training you did not use?
No sir. Before the training I wasn't using that other thing. I was using only lecturing method. One side I was telling, and other side students were listening, and I am giving the homework and notes and everything. They are not understanding anything, because I'm not doing any activities in the classroom also. I was thinking like, what I am doing, that is the best.
Yeah, all the newly selected teachers used to like this lecturing method.
And how do they do with the exam? How well do they do in the examination?
Yes sir, in exams they improved a lot.
Before
sir.
the training you have CC, no?
Yeah, CC.
So they used to do perform
only sir, by heart method only. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
some questions they are by halting and there, because before that I was telling like, today I'm going to teach grammar only. While attending that training I have come to know about that. Along with the prose we have to teach grammar. There is no separations in grammar part and the prose part. Before I was using like, so tomorrow bring grammar book and I'm going to teach you grammar. That also I stopped. Now they are easily able to tell about that, sir. While I'm reading one passage means, this is in which tenses means, they are easily telling.
So they don't learn by heart now?
No. They are not learning anything in by heart, sir. Because in this time exams also, CSQ exams. Yeah, in that also they used this method only. Because they didn't ask any questions from the textbook. Only passage or the other things. Along with that, sir, I also made like 3 groups in my classrooms, because sometimes what I'm doing like, I used to give the starting sentences of a paragraph. In middle I am giving some little blanks, and I was going to give the end of that passage. It's in the middle of passage they have to fulfill it in by their own way, their own views. They can use any ideas or the other thing. This also help them to construct the sentences.
For example, do you remember any example?
Yes, like sir, once upon a time there was a king in a forest. There was a king. He went forest for hunting. Then started to do dash. At the conclusion, he came back by some things like that.
So they are able to continue this story.
They are able to continue, sir.
There is a story in that book, Shabale.
But if they are making any mistakes means, now I am not scolding them, because I am also learning lot of things from the students. Because nowadays my students also using WhatsApp and other things. If they have any difficulties in English means, they are asking me
on WhatsApp.
Yeah, WhatsApp, sir. They are using it. My students, sir, now they are using.
What class students?
Yeah, 7th standard, sir. 7th standard. The parents. They have time limits, 8:30 to 9:30. They are asking questions. Yesterday also my own students called me and asked, how are you, sir? How is the training going on? I felt very happy.
I see.
Yeah. I told what you are doing. Have you done all the work I have given? He was telling daily I am doing that only, sir. I told them I allotted a lot of the works to students in my classroom to do. They are doing that only. Sometimes I am using some small the topic. I'm asking them to come forward and to talk about that. Only 2 or 3 sentences also, no problem in that. But they are able to speak nowadays. That is also important.
So they are not so dependent on the teacher now.
No. Here for the teaching this prose and the poetry, they are not depending on the teachers, but we have to feed other things, because expect them the prose and the poetry. Now they are easily able to understand the prose and the poetry, because sometimes while I'm entering the class, I'm going to ask my children what had happened in previous class. They're telling that all the things in the past tense only. There is no problem to teach the past tense. They came to know about that. In Udupi also, sir, in this the time after this April 1 to April 10th, they did some activities for the students. They told us to conduct a lot of the activities for the students, because if you are in home, what you are doing, if you are in market, the conversations between two students, they told us to conduct. It was also very useful, because nowadays they are not hesitating to speak with anyone, because they are able to speak with English medium school students also. That is the happiest thing for me.
How many students are there in 7th standard?
7th standard, sir. 12 students are there.
12 students, okay.
Okay.
Now you said they don't depend on the prose on the teacher for understanding prose and poetry, but we have to feed something else.
Yeah, we have to feed, sir.
What is that?
In some difficult words are there, means sometimes we have to tell the meanings of that, because they are able to refer the dictionary. There is no problem in that.
English Kannada.
Yes, sir.
English or English Kannada?
English dictionaries also have. They have. Then after that, they are using mobile phones for searching the meanings. Before doing the exams, I'm going to tell about that children, read this lesson and come up with the new ideas, what we can do, what we have understand, come up with the meanings of that words. They are able to come. It is not hectic for me to complete the syllabus. Within 1 day or 2 days I can complete prose. There is no problem in that. Teaching or the completion of the syllabus nowadays not is a problem, but we have to acquire lot of the knowledge to the children. That is the important, because easily we can complete, because they are able to understand. Because nowadays I am not giving notes to them. What I am doing in the social, like you have to construct the sentence and you have to write the notes. In that method they are using in English. There is no problem. But for the what they were calling as the slow learners, I'm using some methods, because they are not able to write or other thing. For the high achievers, they are easily themselves they are preparing notes. There is no problem in that.
I think you have brought some revolution in the classroom.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. How is it possible to, bring so many changes in such a short span of time?
Because the cooperations of all my staff members, sir. Because no one not degrading, nothing.
And the plus point is you only have 12 students.
Yeah, that is because at our area, sir, the classroom strength is less. Because before, when I entered the school, that was time that 80 was the strength. Now 87. In Kannada medium school, every year the strength is decreasing, but it increased.
Yeah. Next year you might get more students.
Yeah, that is also a plus point.
86 students, huh?
87, sir. Before, when I entered 2016, that time 79 was the strength. Now 87. This is the plus point. Yeah, this is the plus point.
Okay. In our school we have 3. After the my name is Sunil. I am from Karnataka. After the empowerment training, I went to lots of knowledge to the school. I took one topic. It is in 6th standard, the scholar's mother tongue. First, I conduct an activity. The activity name is the hangman activity. They are daily I am using the activities before I start the lesson. I learned many activities in my empowerment training. The activity purpose of the activity is to improve the words knowledge. Then after the lesson, we try to enact that scholar's mother tongue. The happiest thing is on 26th January we are going to enact that scholar's mother tongue in front of the villagers.
Annual day.
Not annual day. In 26th January.
Okay.
In 26th January, they are preparing the student. I have prepared near about 15 to 10 days. I have trained them.
Okay.
They have added the dialects.
So while teaching the lesson, how much of mother tongue did you use? Did you translate every sentence
yes,
into
no,
Kannada?
every sentence I haven't translated. When they feel difficulty, I translated into the Kannada. By enacting, we can show. There is the dialogue. I can speak many languages. The scholar, it means the Pandit came to the king's what king's court. King's court. I can speak many languages. Do anybody can find out what is my mother tongue? So everyone failed to find out his mother tongue. So, what do you think?
So you don't say it in Kannada?
No.
No. Okay.
My telling like this, I can speak many languages. It means, sir, many languages means more languages they can understand. So he feel proud about his knowledge. And then everyone like this, maybe Kannada, maybe Urdu, like this. Enacting they can understand. If they feel difficulty, then I will translate in Kannada. And Birbal came to that place and do something, putting in feather in the ear. He said, Evaradi. Do you know this language? We don't know, sir, what is that language? Then I tell that this is the Telugu language. Do you think do you come to know what is the Pandit's mother tongue? Yes, sir, if he speaks Evaradi, then it is Aundu Telugu, sir, Aundu Telugu. They tell in Kannada. Don't tell in Kannada, his mother tongue is Telugu. Like you have to say, okay, sir, his mother tongue is Telugu. That, like, we are implementing very well. By enacting, we can teach. I will send the video to you, sir.
Yeah, please.
After that, January 26.
Yes.
So lots of things happening in my class. The training is very useful to us.